Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We're going to be tackling a name that's synonymous with visual computing and the AI explosion. Jensen Huang,
Jensen Huang,
the
yeah.
CEO of NVIDIA.
Right.
And we've got his Wikipedia bio
Yeah.
and his super detailed document all about him.
Okay.
Get ready to go beyond the headlines and uncover what makes this tech giant tick.
Yeah, I think it's more than just chips and algorithms, It's really about vision with him.
Yeah.
Huang saw the potential of AI way before it was like trendy.
Right.
And that foresight is a huge part of NVIDIA's success story, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It's about seeing that bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Often before anyone else. And that's something that comes through even when you look at his early life, right?
Yeah.
Born in Taiwan,
Wow.
then living in Thailand, only to be sent to the U.S. at 9 years old to live with his uncle.
Right.
I mean, that's got to shape your perspective, right?
Yeah. It's a far cry from your typical Silicon Valley upbringing, that's for sure.
Right.
And speaking of far cries, that prestigious boarding school his uncle enrolled him in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oneida Baptist Institute?
Oneida Baptist Institute in Kentucky.
In Kentucky.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
Not kidding. It was a total mix-up, It turned out to be a religious reform academy.
Oh, wow.
But this is where a fascinating glimpse into Huang's character kind of emerges.
Okay.
Imagine, young Jensen, right?
Yep.
Trading bench press lessons with his illiterate roommate in exchange for teaching him to read.
Wow.
It speaks volumes about his adaptability, and his drive to learn no matter the environment.
Wow. I talk about making the most of an unexpected situation.
Right.
And maybe, just maybe, that experience instilled in him this ability to find opportunity in these unconventional places, something that would really go on to define his career later.
Definitely food for thought there. Of course, you can't discount, his formal education.
Right.
Studying electrical engineering, first at Oregon State, then Stanford.
Right.
Put him right at the heart of, the burgeoning tech scene.
Silicon Valley in the making.
Exactly.
And this is where things get really interesting. 1993. Picture this. 3 guys, a Denny's diner in East San Jose,
Oh, I love this.
and a $40,000 gamble. That's how NVIDIA was born.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew that greasy spoons birthed billion-dollar tech giants?
You've got to love that origin story. It perfectly encapsulates that scrappy entrepreneurial spirit of those early days.
Yeah.
But remember, this is long before AI was like a buzzword.
Right.
They started with a focus on gaming.
Right. The world of pixels and polygons. But this is where Huang's vision comes into play, isn't it?
Yes.
He saw beyond just entertainment.
Precisely. He understood the potential of their graphics processing units,
Oh,
or
yeah.
GPUs, to revolutionize more than just video games. And this is where it gets a little technical, but bear with me because this is crucial
Okay.
to understanding NVIDIA's trajectory.
You've got my attention.
Yeah.
Break it down for us. What makes a GPU different from a CPU? And why was this such a game changer? Pun intended.
Okay, so imagine this, right?
Okay.
A CPU is like a master chef, incredibly skilled, right?
Mm-hmm.
But limited to handling one complex dish at a time.
Okay.
A GPU is like having a whole kitchen crew,
I like it.
each specialized in a specific task,
Sure.
working simultaneously.
I see where you're going with this.
Right. This parallel processing power,
Okay.
this ability to handle tons of data at once,
Right.
was the key to unlocking the potential of AI.
From crafting one gourmet meal to running a whole restaurant,
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how this seemingly niche technology
Mm-hmm.
really held the seeds for something much, much bigger.
It's kind of wild when you think about it. This technology that was initially meant for gaming could end up powering things like self-driving cars and even medical breakthroughs. Talk about a level up.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Before we dive into NVIDIA's AI empire, let's rewind back to those early days when AI was more sci-fi than reality.
Yeah.
Well-
This is where I think Huang's foresight really shines, right? We're talking 2006, long before the AI hype we see today.
Right.
While others were focused on the present, Huang was busy investing in the future, specifically AI research.
Wow. Now that's thinking long term. But AI was seen as, this almost fringe area of computing back then.
Absolutely. But Huang, he recognized its potential, especially the power of a technique called deep learning. And he made sure that NVIDIA's GPUs were accessible to, academics working in this then obscure field. It was a gamble that paid off, like, spectacularly.
Deep learning. I mean, it's all over the news now.
But wasn't there a specific breakthrough that, like, made everyone take notice? Something about image recognition, if I'm remembering correctly.
You're thinking of Jeffrey Hinton and his team.
Okay.
In 2012, they used NVIDIA GPUs to train a deep learning model on a massive data set of images.
Right.
And it blew the competition out of the water in an image recognition challenge.
Wow.
It was a watershed moment.
Yeah.
A clear demonstration that deep learning, powered by GPUs, could achieve things that were previously thought impossible.
So just like that,
Yeah.
NVIDIA was no longer just a gaming company.
Right.
They were at the forefront of a revolution. But they didn't just rest on their laurels, did they?
Not a chance. They knew this was just the beginning.
Yeah.
NVIDIA had to evolve and evolve fast to keep pace with this rapidly developing field.
Yeah.
And that's where CUDA comes in.
Right. CUD.
Arguably one of their most significant moves.
I remember that being a big deal, but honestly, it sounds a bit like technical jargon to me.
Yeah.
Can you break it down? What exactly did CDA do?
Okay. Think of it as giving GPUs a whole new language.
Right.
One that allowed them to go beyond just graphics.
Okay.
Before CUD, programming GPUs for general-purpose computing was incredibly difficult.
Right.
CUD provided a software framework that made it possible for developers to harness that parallel processing power
Okay.
of GPUs for all sorts of complex tasks, especially those involved in AI.
So CADA was like translating the raw power of GPUs into something that everyone could understand and use.
Exactly.
Especially AI developers.
Right.
It's like taking a high-performance engine and putting it in a car that's actually built for speed.
That's a great analogy. And they didn't stop there. NVIDIA continued to innovate, releasing a whole ecosystem of products specifically for AI.
Right.
Take their DGX AI supercomputers, for example.
Okay.
These are essentially behemoths of processing power, jam-packed with NVIDIA GPUs, specifically designed for the massive data crunching required for AI.
It's like they went from building powerful engines to constructing entire factories dedicated to AI.
Yes, exactly.
And speaking of powerful engines, what about those A100 Tensor Core GPUs? Didn't those become, like, the industry standard?
They did, and for good reason. The A100s were a game changer, specifically optimized for deep learning. They provided a level of performance that was simply unmatched at the time,
Wow.
becoming the go-to choice for researchers and companies looking to train and run large, complex AI models. This was a decisive moment in cementing NVIDIA's position as the leader in AI hardware.
They were providing the tools that everyone else needed to build their AI dreams.
Yes.
But it wasn't just about hardware dominance, was it? NVIDIA understood that software and partnerships were equally crucial.
You're absolutely right. They forged strategic alliances with, major cloud providers and AI companies, ensuring that NVIDIA's technology was integrated into the very fabric of the cloud, the backbone of modern AI. They even developed the Grace Hopper superchip, this lightning-fast chip named after the pioneering computer scientist Grace Hopper. They were building the roads and the vehicles for this AI-powered future, all while honoring the legacy of those who came before.
Right. It's mind-blowing how NVIDIA went from, those humble beginnings at that Denny's to revolutionizing gaming to, like, building the foundation for this whole AI revolution.
Yeah.
But what about the man at the helm? We've talked about his vision. But what's Jensen Huang actually like as a leader?
Well, he's certainly not your typical Silicon Valley CEO.
Right.
He's known for his direct, hands-on approach, his intense drive, and of course that signature leather jacket.
Yeah, the leather jacket has become iconic. But, I mean, there's got to be more to it than just appearances, right?
Yeah.
What makes his leadership style so effective, especially in an industry that's known for, well, let's just say, big personality?
It's his deep understanding of the technology, for one.
Okay.
He's an engineer at heart, and that technical fluency earns him a lot of respect. He can, speak the language of his engineers, challenge them, and push them further than they thought possible.
So he's not just the guy in the corner office, looking at spreadsheets.
Not at all. He's deeply involved in the product development process.
Wow.
And that passion is contagious.
Yeah.
It's clear he's not just in it for the bottom line. He genuinely believes in the power of AI to change the world.
And that brings us to his vision for AI democratization. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot these days.
Yeah.
But what does it actually mean to Jensen Huang?
To him, it's about making AI accessible to everyone, not just, tech giants or research institutions.
Right.
It's about providing the tools and knowledge to empower individuals, organizations to harness AI's potential, regardless of their technical expertise.
That's a noble goal.
Yeah.
But how is he actually putting this into practice beyond just, talking about it?
Well, remember that $50 million donation he made to Oregon State University back in 2022?
Right. It was for a supercomputing institute.
Exactly. He's providing access to, cutting-edge computing power, the kind needed for serious AI research and development to students and researchers. It's about fostering the next generation of AI innovators.
Investing in the future of AI, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also been pretty vocal about diversity and inclusion in tech, hasn't he?
He has. He understands that, to truly democratize AI, we need a diverse range of voices and perspectives contributing to its development. And, he's actively supported initiatives to increase diversity in STEM fields and improve AI education in underserved communities.
It's definitely refreshing to see a tech leader putting such an emphasis on these issues. But let's be real, NVIDIA is a massive corporation.
Right.
And with that comes, shall we say, a bit of baggage. Haven't they faced some criticism over the years?
Of course. I mean, disrupting an industry comes with its fair share of scrutiny.
Right, right.
Remember the controversy surrounding their attempted acquisition of ARM?
Vaguely. It was
Yeah.
about some kind of chip design company, right?
Yeah, ARM designs the chips that power the majority of smartphones.
Okay.
So the acquisition would have given NVIDIA enormous control over the semiconductor industry, which raised concerns about potential monopolies and, stifled innovation.
Right.
Ultimately, regulatory pressure forced them to abandon the deal.
Bold move that didn't pan out. And then there's that whole thing with gamers and cryptocurrency mining.
Yes. The great GPU shortage of the 2020s, remember the same GPUs that are great for AI, are also incredibly efficient at mining certain cryptocurrencies.
Right, right.
So when the crypto market exploded, demand for GPUs skyrocketed, leading to shortages and inflated prices.
I remember those days. Gamers were not happy.
To say the least. They accused NVIDIA of, prioritizing profits over their loyal customer base. It was a PR nightmare. It highlighted the ethical dilemmas and unintended consequences that come with developing such powerful technology.
It's a complex situation,
Yeah.
No easy answers. So where does NVIDIA go from here? What's next for Jensen Huang and this company that's become synonymous with the AI era?
Well, they certainly haven't slowed down. In fact, they're pushing the boundaries of AI even further. Their latest GPU architecture, Hopper, named after the amazing Grace Hopper,
Amazing.
is already making waves.
The H100 Tensor Core GPU, right? It's like the next generation of AI processing power.
Exactly. Designed for the most demanding AI workloads. We're talking larger models, faster training times, and the ability to handle these increasingly massive data sets used in AI. But, beyond the hardware, Huang is pushing towards something even grander, something he calls the Omniverse.
Okay, Omniverse. That sounds straight out of a science fiction novel.
It might sound futuristic, but, it's closer than you think. Imagine a shared, persistent 3D virtual world. A space for collaboration, design, and creation on an unprecedented scale.
So not just visiting a virtual world, but actually building and shaping it in real time with others.
Precisely. Architects collaborating on designs across continents, engineers, co-building complex machines in a virtual space. The possibilities are, they're mind-boggling. And NVIDIA, with its expertise in graphics, AI, and high-performance computing, is uniquely positioned to make this a reality.
It's almost too much to take in. From a Denny's diner to revolutionizing gaming to building the future of AI and maybe even reshaping reality itself.
Yeah.
That's quite a journey.
It is.
And that's the thing about deep dives like this, isn't it? We uncover so much, and yet it only scratches the surface. It leaves you with more questions than answers, but maybe that's the point.
Curiosity is the engine of progress, after all.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of Jensen Huang and NVIDIA. A huge thank you to you, dear listener, for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay curious.
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.